2017 NXL season has been filled with heartbreaking losses and vigorous wins. We have seen 4 champions crowned over the 4 events held thus far. San Diego Dynasty took down Edmonton Impact in Las Vegas with a dynamic move by Alex Rodriguez to win the match in the closing moments. NXL Dallas had a nail-biter battle between Houston Heat and Edmonton Impact, where a Chad George one-on-one with Impact's Keith Brown gave Heat the victory. The third stop in the NXL's tour, Atlantic City, had a resurgent Red Legion team face off against a hot and impassioned Tampa Bay Damage. In the end, the Red Legion was too much for Tampa Bay Damage, taking the win and the title. There is a rich history of paintball in Chicago, and that is where we saw a new team step up and make the finals. AC Dallas played a gritty and slow-paced game against a very hungry and determined Edmonton Impact. In the end, Impact won out the back-and-forth chess match between the two teams. As it stands, World Cup is anyone's event to win. Teams have stepped up, and teams have faltered. It is about who wants it the most. There is nothing left to play for here at the season finale. Momentum has been built up all year long, and the stage has been set for the best paintball teams in the world to battle it out. Catch it all live November 3rd through 5th on GoSports.com. There is very little that can be said about Edmonton Impact that has not been said already. This team has dominated the NXL and is the team to beat. Of the last 13 national events played, Impact has been in the finals 11 times, winning 6 of those 11 events. In 2017, Impact has been in the finals 3 of the 4 events, winning 1. The only chink in the armor this season has been when the team failed to make the finals in Atlantic City, where they took 4th. Impact is a complete team through and through. A well-oiled machine with Captain Bart Yekmek at the helm and first mate Dave Baines running the crew. Each member of Impact has stepped up when needed, and each has played their part in making Impact the #1 team in the world. San Diego Dynasty came out of the gate swinging at the first NXL event of the year in Las Vegas. They played an epic finals match against rivals Edmonton Impact that gave you everything you would want in a paintball match. From fast points to slow methodical play, penalties, and a final epic run-through to win it all, Dynasty let everyone know they still had what it takes to win. Move forward to the present, and we have not seen that same team on the pro field. They shocked most when they failed to make Sunday in Dallas, and have had a few controversial games that have led to their early Sunday exit in Atlantic City and Chicago. Now poised to play the 2017 NXL World Cup, an event the team won in epic fashion in 2015, can the team repeat history and get themselves a win?
Hey, that's what you do.
This is easy. We're winning.
The stage is set and we are all on our feet for the national anthem.
Can I hear a cheer? We're going to do the national anthem. Oh, sing, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, and were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets raked the air, bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free. And the home of the brave.
Five minutes.
Most important game of the tournament, biggest event ever, biggest event of the year, last event of the year. It doesn't get more important than this. San Diego Dynasty is about to take on Edmonton Impact. The chills off the back of my spine have finally stopped from the national anthems. And we got about 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go before the start of the first point in this final matchup to determine the World Cup champions. There on your screen, the fan predictions, it looks like Edmonton Impact a slight 56% favorite. But let's talk a little bit about these two teams and how they got to this position. San Diego Dynasty had a pretty awesome prelims other than a slight stumble against Moscow Red Legion. Other than that, they have been pretty phenomenal. San Diego Dynasty able to get through their 4 prelim matches. They went 3-1. They look good doing it again. The only game they lost was against the Russians. Dynasty has had good play across the board on every single side of the field. Kyle Spica, Brandon Short, and the captain of the team, Alex Frazier, has stepped up here in this snake. In the center, Blake Yarber has not only been holding his own, but dominating. Blake Yarber coming off the D side. They sent a couple players up there as well, but it's been mostly Blake Yarber up the center. Tyler Harmon, typically their center player, has gone now more towards that D side of the field. And the big story with San Diego Dynasty is that San Diego Dynasty, Ryan Greenspan, he's the kill count leader right now. A ridiculous amount of kills for him. I believe 55 confirmed kills. He's played 46 points, well over a 1 kill per point ratio. And no matter what, if Impact wants to win this game, they have to stop Ryan Greenspan on that Dorito side of the field. Now for Edmonton Impact, you have Goldman, Rabakov, and Laval. All 3 of those guys are in the top 5 for the kill count leaders. Impact has been dominant. Talk about domination. Edmonton Impact just beat the brakes off San Antonio X Factor, almost mercy rule him, and if it wasn't for the kindness of Justin Rabakov, that would have been a 7-0 game. There are your kill count leaders on the screen right now. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go before the start of this match. Impact beat Damage in the quarters and then dominated X Factor in the semifinals. They are the #1 team. They pretty much have the series title locked up. Now the question is, can they defeat Dynasty to win this World Cup? Todd, Dynasty Impact, you know these teams very well. You've seen them play for countless years. You were a star on Dynasty. What do you think about this matchup?
Maddie, I can tell you this right now, the story for this event is the same for both two teams. They lost their first games, and then it has been nothing but uphill ever since with nothing but dominating performances. Dynasty has found different ways to beat the teams that they have played. Edmonton Impact has perfected their game plans. All their top players have come and have big games for them. Same thing with Dynasty. Everybody has stepped up. Everybody has increased their level of play. These are the two most dominant teams in the world over the past 5 years. These two teams have all the wins. They have all the talent. They have all the history. These are the two teams that you expect to see here on the finals. I played both of these teams at this event. Both of these teams are ready and hungry and willing to win this event.
Nick, we have the world champion in San Diego Dynasty from 2 years ago. Last year, world champion and series title holders in Edmonton Impact. There's been no team more dominant than Edmonton Impact for the past 2 seasons. So, Nick, who you got in this match right now? And let's talk tactics. What do you think Impact needs to do, and what do you think Dynasty needs to do?
I don't know how to choose a team in this matchup, Matty. You know, you said it right there, and Todd, you said it as well. I mean, Dynasty, the most winning team of all time, period. Impact, the most winning team in recent years, period.
Yes.
So you're looking at the
Those
best
are
two teams.
unarguable.
The best 2 teams in the world in any conversation you want to have about professional paintball. If you want to talk tactics, you're looking at the top 5 kill leaders for San Diego Dynasty right there. If you want to shut anyone down, it's Ryan Greenspan. You need to shut him down, shoot him on the break. He plays that Dorito side. You got to put a couple guns over there and take him out. We've seen Blake Yarber go up the wall. Nick Laval is his counterpunch. But the one thing that Dynasty needs to do is they need to shut down Alex Goldman. We watched him play all event long and get out to that snake corner unopposed, period.
Now,
and Todd, you have sung his praises. He gets out there alive. He controls it alive, and he closes games alive. Dynasty needs to shut him down.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, Nick and Todd, is what sort of change in game plans do you think these guys are going to run with what's been working, or do you think they're going to change things up, knowing that Impact and Dynasty, they've scouted each other, they know each other very well. These teams have played against each other for years. They know what's capable of those rosters, those star-studded rosters from both squads. Todd, let's start with you. Do you think things are going to get changed up? Do you think they're going to continue to go with what's working?
I think Edmonton Impact is going to continue to go with what's working because all the guys were just making their spots and getting kills in both matches that they played today, running pretty much the same stuff. Dynasty runs pretty much the same stuff too. They just kind of vary what happens over here on the snake side just a little bit. Edmonton Impact, if they're going to make that snake corner, they're just going to keep on going. Let Nick Laval do his damage at the wall. I think where this game is going to get really interesting is going to be what happens at the wall. If Nick goes up there right away, Dynasty likes a secondary up there. If Dynasty goes up there right away, Nick Laval is a threat to come through at any time. I think that the wall move here is going to be big on both sides of the field.
So look for Blake Yarber for San Diego Dynasty, Nick Laval, maybe Rainey Stanzik, maybe Zane Yakimek. We've seen Zane up there for Edmonton Impact as well. Looking at the top 5 killers on your screen, and no surprise, other than Archie Montemayor, it's Ryan Greenspan, Justin Rapp. There's 3 Impact players, Ryan and Archie from San Antonio X Factor. And, you know, those are obviously the 5 guys that we have seen just kind of been going back and forth of who's going to be the kill count leader. We're getting into it right now. Also, let's not forget about the counterpunch. This is a read and react field. So when bodies start dropping, if this game's close, look for those secondary moves and look for those clutch players to come up here, have big games. Right now, Dynasty first to lose a body, and it's coming off this snake side of the field. I think that was Kyle Spica. It was Kyle Spica, the first to drop. So immediately, Edmonton Impact with this 5-on-4 situation have a slight advantage.
Yeah, and you can see the 5 on the field right there for Edmonton Impact. Dorito 1, Dorito Tower, back center. Snake Aztec, snake corner. Goldman making it out wide on the break. I saw, watching the Dynasty breakout. Marcelo Margot turned right out the box, trying to shoot for him, not able to connect to paintball on Alex Goldman. So right now, with that one body advantage, although Blake Yarber for San Diego Dynasty up there at the wall, shooting this way toward the snake side to try and slow down any attack that Zach Yakimak and Alex Goldman may have. They're the 4 remaining bodies on your screen for San Diego Dynasty.
So Todd, with Blake Yarber up there at that center 50 right now, better field position, but down a body.
Yeah, down a body, but Nick Laval, if he's able to launch up there and takes down Blake Yarber, it'll make it a 4-on-3, and Dynasty will be all stuck in the back positions with guys like Alex Goldman and Dalton Vanderbilt looking to launch. We'll see if that becomes the play here for Nick Laval, or if they try and sit back and try and pick off another Dynasty body before they go on the move. Dynasty's always really good at covering zones and communicating, as well as Edmonton Impact. So they're going to make sure that they don't run into any guns. before making sure there's a safe route to go.
Here comes Nick Laval getting a little bit closer. Nick Laval launches, and he's going to come down and take out Blake Yarber. And so it looks like an even trade. No referees running in to pull a penalty out. But like we talked about, that now makes it a 3-on-4 situation. Marcelo Margot tries to get out wide here. Snake side of the field. They're on your screen are the 3 players left alive for San Diego Dynasty. And here's a big move with the burst speed from Alex Goldman, getting out of that back corner bunker snake side, diving into snake 1.
That's what you expect from Alex Goldman. As soon as the field opens up, he's got a chance to make a move. He's going to take it. He does. So is Dalton Vanderbilt coming out from Dorito 2 to Dorito 3 and instantly gumming up down the wire. Ryan Greenspan tries to counter, but he gets picked off from across the field. Probably heads up by Justin Rabikoff.
Not looking good right now for San Diego Dynasty and their chances in this first point. A little bit of a longer point, and looks like Marcelo Margot's going to get peeled off, and Dynasty probably going to concede this first point. Nothing special. Impact didn't do anything crazy, or as Dave Baines likes to say, exotic. And it's just a solid get out to the back bunkers. Let's whirl our guns. They got that first kill. But hold on, let's look at the pitch right now. Edmonton Impact.
Good job, man. Hey, let's get a buddy. Let's get going. Get the buddy. Get going. You good, Mouse?
So, Nick, with the way that Edmonton Impact's been playing, their starting 5, you think they're just going to keep rolling with that starting 5, or you think we're going to see Keith Brown, maybe, a couple variations here or there? You're shaking your head. No, you think they're just going to run with that starting 5?
They're absolutely going to run with that starting 5. The only time we saw Impact switch it up today was when they were up big on Infamous. They threw in Keith Brown and mixed it up just a little bit. But right now, I don't see Edmonton Impact switching it up at all going forward unless one of those players come off. And I know every single one of those players right now, unless their leg is broken, there's no way you're going to want to take them off the field. They're not going to want themselves to come off the field. They are all team players, don't get me wrong, but in this situation here, the biggest stage in paintball in the world, in the biggest tournament in the world, you're not going to be able to get those guys off here. Todd, we saw Dynasty try to take that snake corner, getting shot. You think that was just a matchup to try and take out Dynasty taking that snake corner? You think that was a match to try and take a matchup with Goldman?
Impact's going to... Let's check in with Lauren Kelly down the sideline.
Thanks, guys. So immediately right after that point, Kyle Spica went to Coach Rusty Glaze and said all of the Impact players put a lot of pressure on him on the snake side, shooting at him through the gap. So he was going to need to take a different route if he was going to stay out there alive. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Lauren Kelly. So, Todd, as we were talking about that, and Lauren brought that up, Kyle Spica tried to make his way to the snake corner. Do you think that was a direct counterpunch to Goldman making that?
I think they both knew that they were going to go there. You know, it's a make or miss league.
So here
Dynasty
we go.
missed.
Yeah.
Impact made the shot.
And right now, still, obviously, ton of time, just getting things going. 13:36 on the clock. Impact with that 1-point lead. Impact is the worst team to go down points to. Dynasty knows that. They know they need this one here. They got to keep it close. Off the break, looks like Tyler Harmon's going to get. They're on your screen up to that center 50, and he's looking snake side. Now, of course, we've been seeing Alex Goldman get out wide here nonstop. Here comes Nick Laval with a big execution move up the center. Not able to stay alive. It's going to be 4-on-4.
4-on-4, but Edmonton Impact with the good field position to shoot the fillers. Marcelo Margot's got to come back, almost gets picked up on that move. Alex Goldman still dominating the wire from the outside with Zach Yakimek on the inside. Those two guys can be there and be alive. That's going to allow Justin Rabikoff just to hammer that Dorito side, not let Ryan Greenspan move. Ryan can stand up and look on the middle, but it's going to be hard to go down that wire. Now that Justin Rabikoff is just hammering that way, Dalton Vanderbilt on the outside, and Dorito 1 mirrored up with Ryan Greenspan.
It looks like Impact risking no bodies forward, just lateral movements for them. As you can see, they're on your screen. They have those outside spots on the snake side. A little bit more forward progression for San Diego Dynasty, and here goes the first death for Edmonton Impact. Looks like it's Alex Goldman coming off the back bunker, and that's a big weapon now off the field for Edmonton Impact. 3 bodies left alive for them. Did they lose another body too? Or did they lose their? Oh, that's Nick Laval up in the center. So it's 3-on-4 in favor of San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, and that is one of the first
Zach
deaths.
Yakimek calling his call on Marcelo Margot right now. Marcelo's going to ask for a check.
It would be an uncharacteristic early death here for Marcelo. He's played so consistent for them, but it looks like up the center, Yosh Rao, I think, is now up at that center 50 here for San Diego Dynasty. He's wrapping around. Zach Yakimek was able to make the fill out wide on the snake side, and Brandon Short, a little bit of that chaos, was able to get into snake 1.
So it's a 3-on-3, and Yosh Rao crosses on to Impact side of the field, going to try and put a shot there on the Dynasty Impact Dorito side.
Yeah, so Yosh Rao is in a clutch spot right now onto Impact side of the field. Dynasty needs to help him out. And there goes the big move. Ryan Greenspan gets into D4. He's trying to put the pinch on Zach Yakimek. Zach Yakimek there, left-hand side of your screen. He's trying to get the shot on Yosh Rao, and he does. And now here comes Zach Yakimek. He's going to come up. Brandon Short improved his position. He's shooting cross field to the streaking player for Edmonton Impact, and he gets shot out. And Edmonton Impact is going to put their second point on the board. It looked for a second, Todd, that Yosh Rao might have been able to blow that point open, but a little too much Zach Yakimek for him.
Yeah, a little too much Justin Rabikoff and Dalton Vanderbilt recognizing the move and staying alive.
So Dynasty now backs to the wall early, down by 2. We're in their pits. Let's check it out.
Hey, stay composed. Keep your composure. We get this next point.
Do you want to go short or you want to go wide?
One yellow, I'm telling you, stranger. Hey, Rusty. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
How was it,
Let's go, boys.
I'm ready. Put me and Ryan to work on Ryan, Tyler.
Dude, we gotta kill that back left. I know it's hard.
Ryan, Tyler, Blake, Mark. What did you say?
Yeah. We gotta kill the corner.
Well, we can pull up. Yeah, I think we have a stranger.
Hey, Dynasty very calm and composed, down by 2. Dynasty no stranger to come from behind victories. They've been in many. Look, this is Dynasty. Dynasty has 54-5 wins and counting. 11 minutes and 13 seconds left. They have some time to work with. They're talking to the coach, Rusty Glaze. Let's check out this replay. Look at this awesome shot. Zach Yakimek backed up off that insert a little bit, calls his shot on Yosh Rao, who had made the beautiful move past the 50-yard line. Wasn't able to produce from there, though. And Zach Yakimek, no one contained him, and then he gets that 2-pack on Brandon Short. Let's look at it from another angle. There's Brandon Short. He has to bring his gun over and gets owned in this gunfight right there by Zach Yakimek, and that's the reason the score sits at 2-0.
Man, nice job by Yakimek right there. The one thing, too, we've heard in those Dynasty pits, they need to shoot Alex Goldman. Now, we saw an early death from Alex Goldman that I don't think we've seen at all. I don't know that we've ever seen him get shot out of that snake corner before this tournament, but he's going there every point off the break, man. And that, you know, Marcelo Margot's been shooting that way from that back center for Dynasty. They need to shoot Alex Goldman.
We can see, Todd, Impact coming with a conservative game plan. Right now, they're not risking, other than Laval on the counterpunch up the center, not risking anybody's forward. They're risking bodies out wide. Talk to me about the importance of Impact getting out wide.
Hey, that was the move that we used all event. We had a guy that could make it. Some guys could make it, some guys couldn't, right? Make it out there wide. That guy has control of the wire. He can help the inside guys make their secondary moves.
So now Edmonton Impact with this 2-point lead. Dynasty working with a little bit of time, but they lose their killer, Ryan Greenspan, and another one of their killers in Kyle Spica and also Marcelo Margot. It is disaster strikes here at the outset of this point. Edmonton Impact looking like they're going to cruise to a 3-point lead with the push coming down on the D side of the field. Justin Rabikoff in the top 5 kill leaders, and then he is basically following up Dalton Vanderbilt, and what a story there. Dalton Vanderbilt leaving Dynasty in the offseason to come back to Edmonton Impact. It was kind of a heartbreaker for Dynasty, and now killing some of his former teammates to put that 3rd point up on the board. 10 minutes, 49 seconds left.
Dalton Vanderbilt, one of the main reasons why they won Chicago, came in the clutch, slow start, big finish, helped them win that event, and he's doing it again here today. All day long, Edmonton Impact's been sending Dalton out wide to that Dorito side. It started off with him and Justin Cornell, but then Dalton Vanderbilt has steadily once again taken over, and he is running that Dorito side with Justin Rabikoff.
You can see, Nick, in the pits, it's starting to get a little bit more frantic. You can hear Tyler, and they call the timeout. Let's listen in.
10 minutes, let's go. Reset, okay? Let's go, baby. We're in this shit. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's turn this around right now.
Let's go.
Hey, hurry up. Let's fucking manage it all the time.
We gotta be crispy across the board, okay? Every move.
Everyone just take a breath. Yep.
2 minutes.
We've been here before.
Let's go.
We've been here before. The exact same setup. It's no big deal. Start scoring.
Team on 3.
Right now. Everyone care.
Hey, team on 3. Breathe, ready? Breathe. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Ryan.
That's some veterans right there trying to get a little bit more composure, get some deep breaths, get that big breath of oxygen, and like they said, reset. I hate to say it, though, but with 10 minutes and 49 seconds, the way that Impact's been playing, how they dominated San Antonio X Factor in that semifinal match, it might come down to this point. I know we got a lot of time, but if Impact goes up 4-0 on Dynasty, so look, this is the point right here. Dynasty needs to come back. They need to put a point on the board and make this a 2-point match.
You know, there's a lot of haters on Impact right now because they do so well. And, you know, I can kind of understand that, where they were the underdogs at one point, got a lot of second places, but there is no denying after we watched the way these teams have played all week, and that Impact playing the way they did that last point and getting that key kill on Ryan Greenspan, the quick kills then on Marcelo Margot. They're just flat out the best paintball players in the world right now. And you know, not taking anything away from Dynasty, but watching the way they've been playing and the history behind that team, they're the one team that can stand up to Impact right now. But man, the way these points have been played by Edmonton Impact,
we can see
another level.
730, another level. Look at this, 733 overall points for them. Such a consistent performance for Impact. Second at the first event, second at the second event, fourth, and then a first. It's Edmonton. This is 2 years in a row that Edmonton Impact has just been dominant at every single event that they play, and that's not even counting how they've done in Europe as well too. They've won events overseas, and so for the past 2 seasons, it has been unarguable. Edmonton Impact is the best team in the world. Now, Dynasty, they used to have that moniker, and they don't anymore, and they want it back. And it's going to come down to this. It could come down to this point right here. You cannot go down 4-0 in Impact with this situation. Yes, there's a lot of time on the clock, but they need to get going right here. Looks like Blake Yarber going to get a spin for San Diego Dynasty. He goes up to that center 50 there on the split screen breakout, and they lose Brandon Short. Dynasty down a body again, so those off the break shots are just dialed in for Edmonton Impact, and they have 5 bodies alive.
And that's Nick Laval in the back center shooting that shot. Ryan Greenspan already in the Dorito 4. Justin Rabicock and a hatch fill out. 1 body advantage for Edmonton Impact. It looks like Zach Yakimak is the body to take the run out here to the corner. He still makes it.
Yeah, Alex Goldman is just playing possum right now, sitting in that snake. Just hanging out, letting Laval and Zach Yakimak behind him pound their guns over the top as Dynasty down bodies. But making a move over there on the Dorito side. Alex Goldman going to slowly come up and look for a kill, going to try and catch somebody sleeping.
Well,
4 bodies for Dynasty. Here comes Nick Laval. He's going to cut through the center of the field right now. And there goes Blake Yarber.
San Diego Dynasty still has Ryan Greenspan in D4, but they were not able to protect Blake Yarber to keep Nick Laval from getting in there and taking him out. So now it is a 4-on-3 situation.
Oh, man.
Edmonton Impact still, Todd has a body with Alex Goldman, though, in that snake, too. Now he's looking cross field at San Diego Dynasty's Ryan Greenspan.
Ryan Greenspan getting shot walking off the field. Alex Goldman came up, whipped the ball right by Marcelo Margot's head. He got to bail out of there quick. He's going to come over to the snake side. Just Tyler Harmon over on the Dorito side now. Looking at Alex Goldman in the snake with Zach Yakimek behind him. Marcelo Margot dips out to the corner. He's going to play the wire now, but that's going to allow Alex Goldman to come on the inside, look across the field at Tyler Harmon.
Alex Goldman now here in Snake 3, about to crawl into the funnel of death, but there aren't very many players left alive on Dynasty, and it looks like it's a 2-on-1 situation.
Yeah, Dalton and Justin Rabicock walking off at the same time, so it's just Alex Goldman and Zach Yakimek on Marcelo Margot. All 3 of these players are in a line down the snake side. Here comes Goldman down the snake, right in front of Marcelo Margot.
Well, hey,
Marcelo Margot.
If you're a Dynasty fan, this is the situation you want, even though it's a bad situation for Marcelo. It's just him. He's in the back corner bunker, snake side, but his 2 opponents are locked up in a lane right in front of him. And that's best case scenario in a low body situation. Plus, Marcelo Margot, and he got paintball famous by smashing people down the snake side as first attacker, but then he got re-paintball famous by being a guy that can pull off low body situations. Now look for the referee. Looks like about to come in here, and smartly, Zach Yakimek spreads the field out. Marcelo's gonna completely commit. Did he catch Alex? He didn't. Alex was able to pop over the top and catch him pushing forward. And here we now have a 4-0 lead for Edmonton Impact.
And Edmonton Impact looking fierce right now. Everything's going their way. 4-0.
So now we're in the pits with Edmonton Impact. Let's listen in. Absolute dominant performance so far. Semifinals, almost mercy ruled X Factor, and now Dynasty hasn't put on the board, put a point on the board yet.
I mean, let's call it what it is, man. They mercy ruled X Factor.
They could have, but they didn't. But let's listen. I want to hear what they have to say here in the pits.
Talk about the play, boys. Talk about the play. 5, get in there.
Good job, Mouse. Way to keep your head on a swivel, buddy.
So that's what a well-oiled paintball machine looks like. Every time we cut to the pits, and I don't see this, other than maybe Dynasty, I don't see this from any other team. It's never ending. Definitely not Chicago Aftershock. But every time that we cut to the pits, win or lose the point, it does not matter. You are seeing the same exact thing. They are talking variables. You can see the match stats. It's all Edmonton Impact. Justin Rabikoff, 7 confirmed kills for him. Nick Laval, 5. Zach Yakimek right behind him with 4. Goldman with 3. Dalton with 2. It's just been nothing but dominance for Edmonton Impact. And you were right, Nick. There are, at this point, a lot of haters because Edmonton Impact has been at the top of the mountain for so long. But you have to respect a team that could come out and what could potentially be a blowout win here in the finals. But it's do or die time right now for Dynasty. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Dynasty coach Rusty Glaze is telling them they don't have to go hunting alone. If they're going to go, they need to go together. So they need to get that team synergy back together out here on the field if they want any chance in getting a point now with a 4-point deficit. Back to you.
Yeah, Todd, a massive 4-point deficit. If you were in the pits right now with Dynasty, you've been in this position before with them when you were playing on the team, what would you be saying?
Game plan wise or motivational wise?
Give me both.
Game plan wise, let's match what they're doing. Motivational wise, we're Dynasty. Let's go.
So we'll see if Dynasty can dig deep here. This is their last event of the year, of course, because we are in the last game of the year. And Dynasty getting blown out so far from Edmonton Impact. Look at like Kyle Spica, though. Kyle Spica trying to get a kill here. Kyle Spica, the hero from 2 years ago into their 2015 victory. Dynasty able to keep their bodies alive in that center 50 with Blake and with Spica here in the Snake.
Yeah, Blake Yarber survives that run through in the middle, so it is 5-on-3 right now. This is the first time we've seen Impact back on their heels. Look at this, though. Goldman gets a shot cross field on Tyler Harmon, so now it is a 4-on-3. One body advantage still for San Diego Dynasty.
That's a bad death for Tyler Harmon. He's in a situation in the World Cup. They're stacked up on the 50s. His team is down 4 points. Got to stay alive right there. Now Kyle Spica and Blake Yarber are going to have to carry the weight for San Diego Dynasty here in this point.
Yeah, so 3 bodies for Impact in that tower. Snake insert in the Snake corner. You can see your kill leaders here just for this matchup. So this is, again, the first time I was about to say we haven't seen a single Impact player shot on the break, but this is the first time that Impact has been down bodies in the 5th point of this NXL.
The first time, Nick, we've also seen Ryan Greenspan in Snake 1 the whole tournament. I think we might have seen him there
yeah, early on Friday he was playing on the Snake side and switched gears and jumped into the Doritos and dominated.
He's played like 40 something points, 40 at this point probably 50 points, and maybe 2 points we've seen him over here.
Every single point for Dynasty he has played.
Yeah, he has not left the field so far. You can see there 46 points played. This was before this game started though, and now he's looking to try to find a way to move up the field. The problem for San Diego Dynasty, even though they are up a body, is they only have 6 minutes and 20 seconds to work with, and they have to find a way to break this cross of Edmonton Impact.
Yeah, once all those bodies came off, there was 7:30 on the clock, a little bit more. Time ticked off as Edmonton Impact crossing it up with Justin Rabikoff and Zach Yakimek. Everybody kind of going back and forth, trying to protect, burn off time. Kyle Spica coming onto Impact side of the field to try to get a shot on Rabikoff. Dynasty coming across the field. Finally, they get Rabikoff. Zach's going to try and fill out. Here comes Mouse with a desperation run. And he's going to get picked off.
Yeah, they shoot Goldman into the ground, and the crowd goes wild here. A lot of San Diego Dynasty fans out here, and also a lot of paintball fans that just want to see a good game. So now we got a 3-point match. That's a completely different story. That was the moment right there for San Diego Dynasty to stay in this game. 3-point spread, 5:38 on the clock. We're back in the pits with Dynasty.
And that was actually the first time that Edmonton Impact went away from their same game plan and tried to do something different, and it cost them.
Up or down? Down. Let's go, baby. All right, let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, Yosh. Yeah, Yosh. Come on, boys.
Still tons of time.
Let's go! Hey, 3 more points!
So, not necessarily tons of time, but 5:38 to go, 3-point spread, that is absolutely possible. We've seen Dynasty in years past come from behind and score more than 3 points in 5 minutes. So it is absolutely possible, but they have to keep this roll going, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, in a finals at World Cup with Dynasty and Impact out here, anything's possible. So I'm just waiting for the excitement. Whatever we expect to happen never happens. So this could be comeback city right here, or Edmonton Impact could come right back out and reassert their dominance and start to stretch this lead out again. Check out this GI Sports replay. There goes Zach Yakimek filling back in the middle. He gets torched by Ryan Greenspan. Then Alex Goldman on the run. He gets shot. He shoots Ryan Greenspan as he comes out, but
Goldman
gets picked
shoots
off.
both of them,
Yeah,
actually.
he shoots Spica and Greenspan. You can see Greenspan yelling at him as Greenspan shoots him into the ground. Well, he trips and falls, too. But Greenspan a little angry about that. And there's Blake Yarber running off the field.
16 seconds on the clock, and both teams are scrambling out to the flag stations. As there you see Zach Yakimek and Nick Laval. Dalton Vanderbilt back out there again with Justin Rabikoff and Alex Goldman. Looks like we got Spica, Greenspan, Yarber, Harmon, and Yosh Rao. Ooh, Yosh Rao looks like he took one on the break. He does. So does Tyler Harmon. As Justin Rabikoff with some good heavy shooting towards that Dorito side. Gonna make this a 5-on-3 off the break.
That might have just done it right there. If Impact can put this point on the board and take a little bit of this time off, the ship might have sailed for Dynasty. 5:19 to go. They only have 3 players left alive. So with a 3-point deficit, those 3 players have to find a way to win this point for them to stay in this one. It's Kyle Spica here, Snake side. They have Blake Yarber alive in the center. He's at the stand-up can. And I think they have Ryan Greenspan, who they've decided to now play towards this Snake side, probably because nothing's working for them. And it worked in that last point. So, hey, run the same thing again. But here we go. Now for San Diego Dynasty. They shoot Nick Laval. And so now 4 players left alive. But look at this, though. Justin Rabikoff runs into a stream. It's now 3-on-3.
Dalton Vanderbilt, they're going to go up and trade out with Blake Yarber, Ryan Greenspan. Big fill all the way out to the Dorito side. Looks to be a 2-on-2.
Yeah, it is a 2-on-2. Ryan Greenspan did make that huge fill from the Snake side. He now goes into D3 from D2. Kyle Spica was also able to get into Snake 1, so they've spread the field nicely. 4 minutes and 28 seconds to go. There goes another kill, and here comes Mouse. Mouse trying to blow this one open. Oh my God, Alex Goldman untouched, gets Spica. Can Ryan Greenspan pick up Alex Goldman? He does. So Ryan Greenspan, the #1 player here at this event overall, as the crowd goes wild, and now we got ourselves a game. It's going to be 2-4 with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to go. What an amazing clutch performance from Ryan Greenspan, Kyle Spica, and Blake Yarber.
Edmonton Impact with a 5-on-3 advantage on the break, unable to capitalize, losing a couple bodies out of their spots, hurt them greatly. Alex Goldman almost saves it by making a desperation run down that Snake side, gets Spica, but just can't hit the brakes as Ryan Greenspan has to turn around and play behind them and pick off Alex Goldman in the open to be able to eliminate him and put another point on the board for San Diego Dynasty.
That was the point right now for San Diego Dynasty. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for Greenspan's huge move, I mean, Alex Goldman almost pulled that off. He got the drop on Spica. Luckily for San Diego Dynasty, Ryan Greenspan had his head on a swivel. Thank God he checked back off and was able to get that shot on Alex Goldman, and that's the reason it's a 2-point spread right now. Nick, what do you got for us?
Well, we got a little Guns Up tool here. You guys can go to gunsup.com and check it out. Drew some patterns on the field for you. Dynasty on your right in that box. They lost 2 bodies on the break. Amazing off the break shooting. It taught, as you said, that 5-on-3 advantage. We had Goldman take the Snake corner for Edmonton Impact, and the big move here was Ryan Greenspan cutting all the way across here and making this move down the tape.
Yeah.
Ryan Greenspan has been playing lights down the Dorito side. The last 2 points, Dynasty have switched him over here to the Snake side and just head on a swivel, making that move across. Goldman makes his way all the way down. Unfortunately, when he swings around here, Ryan Greenspan is waiting for him and gets that kill. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. The one thing that hasn't happened that just blows my mind if we're going to look at this is no one is shooting the guy that goes to this corner. He plays on a team called Edmonton Impact.
And his name is
Alex Goldman. And he's been involved. I mean, he's clocking in every point. He got shot 1 time out of that bunker, this Snake corner, this game, and that's it. So if I'm Dynasty, I like moving Greenspan over here to the Snake side, but I like Lanes coming over here to shoot Alex Goldman. I don't know, man. If I'm going to keep on anybody, it's got to be that.
I can't possibly think that they're not trying to shoot him off the break. It's just he's so fast that they're just not able to get any paintballs in on him.
Well, I've only seen Marcelo Margot as the lone shooter from the back center. Now, I play this field a little bit. We just totally played really well against the Ironman. Todd, you can speak to that experience, but you can step out off that back center with the way the wall is offset, and you could use the hump of the wall and that tower and the center can to block you out.
Dynasty could easily put an extra gun over there to shoot that gap going into that snake corner. And if they can kill Alex Goldman, if you look at the way Dynasty's playing with Ryan Greenspan now playing the snake side, Dynasty is pushing 3 bodies snake way. Impact is still sticking to the 5 guys across the board. They're not pushing one side or the other. They're just going the vanilla. Nick Laval in the middle, Zach Yakimak and Goldman to the snake side, Dalton and Justin to the Dorito side.
Todd, Nick, I mean, I think it's almost certain that Edmonton Impact's going to go back to that play that was working for them. What do you think?
Todd? Yeah, looks like they're setting it up right now. Nick Laval might go off on the run. He's going to come out and up, shooting into the middle of the field. Doesn't look like he picks one up, but he's standing over the top of that little keg railing his gun. Doesn't pick anybody up. Alex Goldman's alive. Blake Yarber got caught and then got stuck at that center can. Looked like he wanted to go all the way. He's got no problem playing that center can, but he looked like he was on a mission to go all the way up. And now he does. He sneaks into the wall.
Dynasty not able to shoot any bodies off the break. That's not going to help speed this point up. Yes, they do have Blake Yarber on your screen trying to get a shot on Alex Goldman right now, who is, again, been just making that back corner bunker on the snake side time and time again. Every single point almost. They might as well let him start in that spot. But both teams 5 strong right now. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Dynasty needs 2 points. They're going to have to find a way to push up this field into the 5 guns of Edmonton Impact.
They're going to have to dig their way out right now. Both Nick Laval and Ryan Greenspan are in a spot where you can shoot a bounce shot off the bunker right in front of it into the other guy. Let's see if either of those players who haven't really played that spot yet a whole lot this event use that bounce shot, but Yosh Rao getting picked off for San Diego Dynasty over off the Dorito side. Kyle Spica making move to the snake corner. He makes it in.
Yeah, just too many early deaths for San Diego Dynasty here in this game. They've not been able to shoot as many impact players off the break, and they've been constantly fighting down bodies. It's the only reason the score is what it is right now, and they've hung tough doing that. But with just 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go, it looks like they're getting Kyle Spica here. No, sorry, Ryan Greenspan into the snake. If somehow, some way, Dynasty can find a way to win this game, unquestionably Ryan Greenspan is going to be the MVP.
And
my question to you guys is, who's going to be the MVP to Impact?
No one saw Ryan Greenspan make that move in the snake, and Nick Laval now walks off. So it is a 4-on-4 matchup here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Ryan Greenspan going to have to do some work for Dynasty.
And he's been doing work. Right there, you could see on your screen the 4 players left alive for Impact. It's 4-on-4, 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Dynasty needs to start hitting that gas pedal. They don't have much time to work with. They need to, it needs to happen right now.
Tyler Harmon making the move into Dorito 4 now, looking across the field. Spica back behind Ryan Greenspan. They're going to try and tag team the snake with Blake Yarber in the wall. 4-on-4 situation right now as Mouse is going to dig in. Zach's going to dig in across the field. Justin Rabikoff and Dalton Vanderbilt. Everybody crossing it up here for Edmonton Impact to avoid the moves through the middle. Dorito guys watching the snake, and Ryan Greenspan going to take one in the front of the loader from across the field, maybe on a bounce shot from Justin Rabikoff. Blake Yarber making the move. He's going to shoot Dalton in the back.
So they still got a chance. Here comes Kyle Spica, the hero from 2015. Zach Yakimek launches. He gets Blake. He gets stitched up by Spica as bodies are coming off all over the field. Just 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go. And there goes a minor penalty assessed on Edmonton Impact, and Dynasty is still in it. They're going to sprint in to preserve as many of those precious seconds as they possibly can. Looks like 57 seconds left to go here. It's a 1-point match. Dynasty still has a chance. Impact trying to hold strong.
It's like Big Brother out here, Maddie. You got to expect the unexpected. What did we say when it was 4-0? What do you think is going to happen? Is this going to be a runaway blowout? Doubtful. Here comes Dynasty, 4-3 ball game.
Well, and we talked about it needed to happen right then. They couldn't let Impact go up any more points, and sure enough, a scrappy San Diego Dynasty squad stepped up. It's now a 1-point game. But let's look at the pits here with Edmonton Impact.
Asking for hits where you can easily check yourself, it's a penalty. Get off the field.
Hey, listen up, I'll tell them. Come in, guys. Okay, those same 5, right? We're gonna do the whole play, right? Okay.
What is it again?
Guys, bring it in, those 5.
Listen. Well, right away, Jason Trozen in the pit, explaining that penalty on Justin Rabikoff. And Mark Yakimak, owner of the team, saying right away, we're going to go back to original play, a whole play. 57 seconds here left in the game. We'll check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, so head ref Jason Trozen has been down here on the 50 with me, watching as closely, obviously, as I am, and he just went into the impact pit and warned them that if they have an obvious hit and ask for a check with an obvious hit, it's going to be a penalty. They need to stop doing that. Back to you.
Are we just calling that now? Are we calling that now?
Apparently. I mean, this is my first pro event.
I mean, I've been asking for that call for like 12 years, and now all of a sudden we're calling it because a guy got shot and didn't walk off the field when he was hit. That happens every single time. It's a low-time situation.
Am I hit?
On both sides.
Am I hit?
Well, let's watch this replay.
Hey, I get it. It should be a penalty.
Let's watch the replay here before just about 27 seconds before the start of this next point. Actually, you're not able to get that replay, so there goes Yarber, Greenspan, Harmon, Rao coming out. The 4 players for San Diego Dynasty. Where's the 5th? And it's going to be Kyle Spica, the hero from 2 years ago. Edmonton Impact takes their 5, starting 5. They've been running the same crew. Both these teams been running pretty much the same squad the whole time. The only variation is either Spica or Short on this snake side for Dynasty. Right now, it's Kyle Spica. 57 seconds left to go. It's all probably going to come down to this, and it may come down to the break. It looks like a pretty solid break for both squads. Impact gets the ball, and he loves to do this. He goes to the 50, and he lays down looking towards that D side of the field. You can see there, dead center of your screen, Blake Yarber on the right. He wants to come through. He's coming off that bunker. He's glimpsing downfield, and there goes the ball. Now the ball's going to come through as you see the death come from San Diego Dynasty off that D side.
And what a move by Lick Laval. Plays possum, gets his kill on Tyler, and comes through and takes out Blake, but still 25 seconds on the clock. Dynasty has 3 bodies. Greenspan's in the corner, Spica's in the snake, and Yosh is going down the Dorito side. Edmonton Impact with the bodies.
15 seconds left to go. Yosh Rao goes past the 50-yard line. No one's picked him up yet. Yosh Rao gets one before he finally gets taken off. There's still 2 bodies left alive for Edmonton Impact and only 5 seconds left to go. Greenspan still alive in snake 1. I can't believe Greenspan hasn't launched yet. And as time expires, we are going to crown Edmonton Impact the 2017 World Cup NXL champions yet again, 2 years in a row, as they run past Ryan Greenspan, and I can't believe Ryan didn't launch. That's very rare. He must have just been getting a ton of pressure from the couple players left alive. That's the only reason I could possibly imagine that he wouldn't launch. But hey, Yosh Rao gave it a shot. He rolled the dice. He's playing craps there on the D side of the field to try to break this thing open. Wasn't able to do it. And yet again, Edmonton Impact, the most dominant team in paintball, 2 years running. They win the series title, and when they win the last event, that's 2 events in a row, they're victorious. 2 World Cup victories for Edmonton Impact, 2 years in a row.
You know, it was Alex Goldman and Zach Yakimak left alive there, both on the snake side for Edmonton Impact. There's the replay. Here comes the move. Tyler Harmon gets shot by Nick Laval. He immediately launches after that and takes out Blake Yarber. What a heads-up play by Nick Laval. There's the run by Yosh Rao on the sideline. He gets one. The lone Dynasty player right there to make the move. And excuse me, I was wrong. I think it was Dalton or Justin Rabikoff and Alex Goldman left alive there at the end. You can see the celebration. Zach Yakimak, so Impact had 3 bodies alive there, and not enough room there for Greenspan to make any moves on the snake side to get anything done. So congratulations to Edmonton Impact.
Edmonton Impact just a little bit better, a hard-fought come from behind, almost not a come from behind victory, but trying to make it happen. San Diego Dynasty definitely left everything they possibly could out there. I mean, this game started 4-0. Edmonton Impact didn't put up 1 point in the past, basically the second half of the game. Impact didn't score a point. It was all San Diego Dynasty coming as hard as they possibly could down the field, and Edmonton Impact is stopping their attack. And in that last point there, you know, and now we got to start talking about who's going to be MVP for Edmonton Impact here at World Cup. Justin Rabikoff potentially is going to be. I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards Justin Rabikoff, maybe Alex Goldman. Obviously, with Goldman, Laval, and Rabikoff sitting with the kill count in the top 5 of the kill count leaderboard. I mean, they're the guys that are in the running. I don't think we can talk about any other 3 names other than those guys for Edmonton Impact. Todd, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Justin Rabikoff with all those kills once again, just like Chicago, he didn't make it look flashy. He just went out there and handled business, and that's why he's at the top of the leaderboard again. Once again, here in the finals with 8 confirmed kills. Nick Laval with 11, sorry. Nick Laval with 8, 2 of them right there in the most important point of the match there at the very end to keep Dynasty from trying to make that comeback. And I don't know, Maddie, it's going to be tough to tell because Alex Goldman was so crucial in making that spot out on the snake side
and Justin Rabakov doing that work on the Dorito side with Dalton Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're not going to win the World Cup if you don't get contributions from all 5 of your starters and also some guys off the bench too. But because of just the sheer amount of body count that Justin Rabakov left in his wake, and the fact that he was that quiet killer on the D side of the field, I mean, yes, lots of guns are turning towards Alex Goldman, and he was doing such a good job of getting out to this back corner bunker, and he had some, read and react plays down this side. But I mean, my vote is for Justin Rabakov. The amount of slaughter that Justin Rabakov brought to bear here for Edmonton Impact, now 2 events in a row, I just think it's got to be Justin Rabakov. But we're going to go down on the field, and it looks like Lauren Kelly is with our 2017 World Cup winners, Edmonton Impact.
Hey guys, I'm here with the World Cup champs back to back, like you guys would say. How does it feel to win yet again, man? You guys are just like unbeatable. Who's stuck?
Jason. Well, I mean, we put in a lot of hard work to do stuff like this, and I mean, it shows being together all the time, and it comes onto the field. We argue with each other off the field, we come onto the field, and we put together a hell of a game. So, I mean, that's all we need to do, right?
Right, and going into this match, I mean, something Maddie and Todd were talking about is Dynasty and Impact are the 2 teams we talk about when we talk about some of the most successful teams in paintball. And for people who are trying to work to get up to your level, what is it that it takes? What kind of commitment does it take to be Impact?
So as far as commitment goes, it's just loving each other, doing it we're out here for each other, we trust each other. That's all it takes. If you got that, you got 90% of the game right there.
And J-Rab, I'm going to call you out real quick. I don't even know where you are, but I heard you walking out here being like, why do we do this? Why do we do this? So why, Justin, do you keep coming back and doing this?
Well, I was referring to why do we let teams back into the game and almost beat us. But fuck, it was a really good fight, and hats off to them because they played amazing, and it was an amazing comeback. We were just able to hold off with that 1 minute left and do what we do best. Let's win.
That is very true. Now, is there anyone you want to thank? Bart, I'm going to hand this one over to you.
Actually, I want to thank all the fans. Really, it's just pleasure being a part of this game, and what we've done in the last 3 years is pretty amazing. And it's I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But thanks to NXL, everybody, really, we're making this game great, and I think that's what's important, and we just got to keep pounding, keep going.
Absolutely.
You are wonderful.
Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for making my job easy. Congratulations, Impact. Back to you, Maddie.
So what a miraculous story starting, oh God, over a decade ago. One family from Edmonton, Canada, decided that they loved the game of paintball. They put a paintball team together, and now, all of these years later, they've become the most dominant force. Most dominant force in the past 3 years, but one of the most dominant forces that we've ever seen in this game ever. So our hats, again, go off to Edmonton Impact. 2 event wins in a row, 2 series titles in a row, 2 World Cup victories in a row. It's just been nothing but dominance from Edmonton Impact for 2 seasons. Who knows what's going to happen in 2018 season, though? You never know. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. We do this for you guys. It's all about the fans. And thank you guys so much for supporting Go Sports. So I'm Matty Marshall, Nick Sloviak, Tom Martinez, Lauren Kelly, Rich Telford, Mike Peveril, Darren Sesenya, Chris Black, Richmond Italia. On behalf of our entire broadcast crew, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next year.